Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about visualization in Forex trading. I did a video not long ago. I'll drop the name of it and a link to it in the description below if you want to go back and look at that. But in that video, I talked about the general aspects of the importance of being able to visualize in order to be a Forex trader, because you're looking at past price action, you're evaluating what's going on now. Could something in the past have affected that? Where are we talk about probabilities all the time. Well, how do you determine the utilization of the probability if you can't visualize what the probability is predicting? Okay, so there are a lot of folks that have watched that video and liked it and sent me comments. I appreciate all that, and I appreciate you watching my videos. But that one seems to have struck a chord with everyone. There's a lot of folks out there that are wondering, can I do Forex trading? Or I'm doing Forex trading and I'm not as successful as I think that I should be. And why is that? I think the main reason is the education that's out there. You're learning the wrong things, and people are teaching the wrong things, teaching Bollinger Bands and fibs and London Open and all the rest of the crap that goes with it. They're not teaching you how to think about trading. So first you have to understand what trading is, and then understand how to look at it, how to look at the trading process, to visualize then the solution sets to the problems that you see. Isn't that what we do? We look at a problem, and then we try to visualize what the solution will be, and then we try to figure out how to get to the solution. I talked about that in the last video, where as a chemistry major, when I started out in college before changing to physics, we'd go into the lab and the teacher would say, create this compound here from all the crap that you know. And there's some people that can do that. I'm not one of them. To look at all this information and to be able to pick out the 4 or 5 things that you put together to precipitate this out, that then will precipitate that out, that will you couldn't see the solution in all the stuff that's around it. So what I did is I looked at what I wanted to accomplish and visualize where that could come from. And that was usually some preliminary series of compounds or whatever. And then you visualize, well, what would get that? So that's what I mean, and that you have to look at the solution in order to determine the problem. But if you don't understand what the generic solution of problems are, how are you going to visualize that? For those of you that have played chess, there was a wonderful book, and you know how complicated it is to learn how to play chess well. There was a marvelous book by Jose Capablanca, and it was called Last Lectures. He was an international grandmaster. And what he did was he started with a couple of pawns and the king, or maybe a knight and the king. And he'd show you how to move the knight around and a couple of pawns to kind of trap the king. And then he put a bishop up there. And then he combined a bishop and a knight. So that you learned not how to play chess, you learned how to checkmate the king, because that was the solution. That was the problem you were trying to solve. Just a marvelous way. And so in teaching karate for over 55 years, I've used that principle. In the teaching of currency trading, I've done that. I've worked with people. I was a real estate investor for 40 years, and people would come to me and ask me, how do you do this or whatever. I show them how to do that. I've taught software engineering because I was a software engineer for 33 years doing enterprise business applications development. So all of that stuff that I've done requires that you have visualization. You can't be a physicist if you can't visualize. You can't be an artist if you can't visualize. You can't be a chef if you can't visualize. You can work on an assembly line. You can serve tables. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do without being able to visualize. But there's a lot of things that you can't do if you can't visualize. Question: can you learn how to visualize if you don't know how to visualize now? I think part of that is part of your genetic makeup. But just because you're crummy at math doesn't mean that you can't learn math. You have to work a little harder at it. And the same thing is true with visualization. And I didn't mean in my last video to imply, oh, I'm going to sit down at the trading desk. I'm advising you to sit down at the trading desk and go, I'm going to visualize this price going to 1.2487, 40 pips away. That's projection, not visualization. How do you visualize? How do you develop techniques for that? You know, I've taught meditation for well over 50 years to people. I've taught financial planning and development, not financial planning, but how to plan your financial background so that you can know what to look for in order to broaden your education so that you can do some things that maybe you didn't think you could do before. So part of that learning how to visualize is to first of all figure out what the problem is. If you can't figure out what the problem is, it's going to be very hard to develop a technique of visualization, you know. I had a lamp that went bad on me, and my wife said, "Can you fix that?" And yeah, I can fix that lamp. So I go out and get a plug that you plug into the socket. The wire that came out of it had bent and it was beginning to fray. It was going to be dangerous. So let's cut that off and get a new plug. It's a fairly simple thing to do, except not so simple today with today's engineering marvels going into every facet of the world and complicating simple stuff just so they can have a job. So you go out and you get these plugs that you should be able to just pull it apart, cut your wire, lay it in there, screw it on, and slap it back together again. Well, try to go out and find something like that. So I had to go through 2 plugs before I stopped, you know, that they failed. I couldn't figure out how to do them because I was remembering how simple it was before and trying to replicate that with a brand new problem. It was the same thing, but it was a different problem. And so I had to step back and look at it and identify what is the problem. Or not so much the problem with the product, what was my problem in using the product that obviously a lot of people can use, otherwise they wouldn't sell it. So I looked at the thing and go, I've been trying to solve the wrong problem. This is really designed to do X, Y, Z, and so therefore if I change the way that I think, I can't really use this because the wire that I had was too big to go in there, and it wasn't that big of a wire. So I don't know, maybe they make different sizes. I don't know, I'm not an electrician. I go back to the store, I had a better visualization of the problem I was trying to solve, so there were different kinds of these plugs, and I'd pick them up and I'd look at them and I'd read the directions so that I could find a plug that I thought I could figure out how to implement that to solve the problem of hooking my wire up to that plug. And I came home and did the thing in 10 minutes. Probably less than that. And that's the visualization that I'm talking about in your trading. So if you're really not sure about the visualization, you're going to have to send me an email where we'll chat about it, and maybe I can help you out with some of that and put you on a bigger track. But let's assume that you can do some basic visualization. You just don't know how to bring that to bear in the Forex market and your trading. Let's take a look at what's the problem. Well, you could say making money. Yeah, you could say hitting a profit target. You say, yeah. What's the biggest problem? Don't lose money. Isn't that what Warren Buffett said? His 2 rules of investing. Number 1, don't lose money. Number 2, see rule number 1. That's a problem. If you lost money, that's a problem. Is making money, going to a profit target, are those problems? Those aren't fucking problems. Those are results of proper planning, but they're not problems. So if you're looking at trying to solve the problem of getting to your profit target, you're looking at the wrong thing. You need to change the way that, as my martial arts master, Sam Brock, taught me almost 57 years ago. The only way you can become who you'd like to become is to change the way that you think, because you're a product of the way that you think, and thoughts are things. And so if you're going to change the way that you think about a particular thing, you better be concentrated on the correct thing. So in your Forex journey, if you're struggling, please try to figure out what the real problem is first before you start thrashing around and trying this guy's system and that guy's system and having somebody try to help you with your trading. If you don't know what's wrong with your trading, the person that's trying to help you isn't going to know what's wrong with your trading either. And I don't care how smart they are, all they're going to be able to tell you is what they think their problem would be in the way that you're doing what you're doing. But that's not going to help you solve your problem, because they don't know what your problem is, because you don't know what the problem is that you're having trouble with. Does that sound crazy? I hope not. If you change the way that you think, you can alter the results of that analysis. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.